Alrighty. Property. Alright, microphone's using the right one. I gotta check all this because sometimes the microphone ends up changing to my webcam for whatever reason. I don't know why. So I always gotta double check that. Alright, I don't need you anymore. Taking you down. And I think we're good to go. Alright, we should be good to go now. Alright guys, welcome to another stream here today. Or if you're watching this in the future when this gets uploaded, welcome to another video. I hope you guys have been doing great and wonderful on this day. Hope you guys had a great weekend. You know, today's Monday, start of the week. So let's get it, shall we? Let's get it. In the last stream, we ended up doing more. What did we do? We ended up doing a little bit of art, right? The final couple of fishes that we needed to do. And then I started showing you guys the ocean part of that that I started working since I was reworking the procedural generation logic for this game. I was able to get the oceans working. And I would like to touch that a little bit more today, because I got some ideas. I'll mention that once we get to that point. But cool. Let's get started, shall we? I wanted to start off with, what should I start off with? You know, let me show you what I've been doing since the last, since Friday, right? Since that's when I streamed. So I started working with more, continue working with art on the off screen. And I want to show you guys what I have worked and what I've done. So we did some of the fishes. I did one of this, a shad, an American shad. Maybe I need to change a little bit of the silver on it, but it was very easy to do. It was like the entire body was silver and the top part is a little bit more greenish, right? But that's it. I don't know, maybe, just maybe, I don't know yet. I worked on the perch. I think it looks pretty nice. Actually, I'd never seen a perch before, and I looked it up, and it was cool. Like the fins and the tails were like, it's blue. So I thought that was pretty sweet. Let me put that on top, actually. Yeah, so this is the perch. Man, maybe tweaking a little bit more on it, but I think it looks pretty sweet. I do the striped bass. I think it does look like a striped bass. There's little stripes here, right? I didn't want to do lines on them, so I did it like this, kind of like how do you call it, like zigzag or jaggy pattern here to represent the stripes. Oh, you guys saw the carp already if you were here in the last stream. We ended up working on this. It took me a little bit to get it to this point, but I think it looks pretty nice. And yeah, I guess I can go through all of them. So let's go through all of them, shall we? So we did the carp, walleye. I think the walleye needs a little bit more help, but maybe I do really want to do with this guy here. Maybe I do it without that stripe. Because it does have a little tiny stripe on it. That's why I'll put a stripe in it. But maybe this could be the stripe now. Maybe I'll do it without it. Let's see how it goes. So we'll do it without the little stripe for the walleye. And then we have the bluegill. And then we push this down. A little bluegill over here. We got the golden trout. Actually, I haven't touched this yet, and I don't know if I want it a little bit more darker yellow. Where is this here? Oops. Would this look better if I did do it this way? Yeah, it doesn't look like too crazy bright. I could leave the brighter yellows on the tail on the fins, or I could come back. I can revert it back. And then maybe I can like just do the edges. Oops. Yeah, there's not a lot of space for me to do all that, so maybe I could do a little bit darker. Well, but I'll leave it like how it is for now. We'll see how that goes. Maybe brighten that up a little bit. Then we got this rainbow trout. It looks pretty nice too. Rainbow trout. They got a catfish. There's a regular catfish. They got tilapia. They got the smallmouth bass. Smallmouth. And we have a large bass. I think that's a pretty decent amount of fishes that we have now. But feel free to let me know in the comments or down below. Just let me know if you guys want to, hey, I want to try to add this certain fish or whatever, you know. So yeah, that's all the fishes that I have. But beside the fishes, I did a lot of work over the weekend for the crops. I started adding a whole bunch of crops in here, and I would like to show you what I have. So I had this watermelon. All right. I need to update the seeds for all of them. So right now, all the seeds look the same, but that's something I'll need to do. I need to come back and tweak the seeds a little bit more, maybe add more seeds for so the ones that makes more sense. But yeah, here are the stages. Or the watermelon, and then you have the watermelon at the end. Once you pick it up, this is going to be the icon that you can see in the inventory once you pick it up. And I try to lay it out in that kind of format for all of them. So watermelon, strawberry, and I got a melon, which is kind of similar to, or basically the same as it was before. Only thing I did was update the actual icon. I got a blueberry, and I got the grape, oops, which is somewhat similar to a blueberry, just that this one has more of like a couple of them in here in a bunch. Pineapple is big here. I'm gonna have to update the leaves. I don't really like it. I but it's the same as the one as it was before. I got potatoes. So the leaves changes in this round. The leaves are a little bit different. Quarter potato. Got carrots as well. Got cauliflower. You got parsnip right here. You got corn. Oh, it's not that. That's not that one. We got corn. We got radish. We got tomatoes. We got bok choy. I really want to add bok choy in here. Broccoli. Got eggplant in here too. Pumpkin. Taro root. And then we have the sunflower. That's basically it. That's basically all the art that I was doing for the crops over the weekend. It was a lot, but I needed to be done. Yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way. But feel free to let me know if there's some there's some veggies or fruits that I didn't show that would be cool to have in the game. Feel free to let me know in the comments. Love to know. I haven't done any trees just yet, but that's something that I'm planning to do maybe in the future, because I don't have the actual logic. Maybe I do. I haven't tried it. If the logic will be the same as the ones with the veggies and fruit, if that logic will work for the trees, maybe I need to add additional logic a little bit on top of that. But yeah, that's why I haven't done trees yet. But I do plan to add like mangoes, apples, and all of that for sure. But when the time comes. But yeah, that's basically all the crops that we're going to be cropping for the farm. And then we have pouches, which has all the icons that we worked on. So what I was planning to do with these pouches is basically this icons that's going to be on top. So basically I only have one pouch, and the only thing that's going to change is the icon that's going to be in the front, right? So this is basically all the icons that are going to be in here. We'll tell you what it is. So we got watermelon, melon, strawberry, blueberries, grape. We got pineapple right here. So that'll be on top. So basically a slice of pineapple. I forgot where this was at. I think it was right there. I got corn, carrots, potatoes, cauliflower, a parsnip. We got radish, broccoli, tomato, bok choy was kind of difficult to do in a really small icon. And then we have eggplant, sunflower, pumpkin, and the taro root. But yeah, that's the plan. I didn't want to create multiple pouches, just the icon changes, so I want to reuse it and just lay the icon on top for the reusability here. Try to save myself from doing multiple other stuff, but or at least in the engine having multiple like textures and all of that. But yeah, basically that's all I've been working on. I was really hard work when it comes to art over the weekend, and that's it. That is it. All right, and let's go to the Trello board, shall we? Let's go to the fishes. We have striped bass out of the way, perch, and shad. I may, like I said before, I may have to come back to this and do a little bit more tweaking, but that's in the polishing stage. Let me move this out of the way, guys. Give me a second. Other than that, this is done for the time being, and we can come back to it for crops. Like I said, we did melon, watermelon, strawberry, blueberry, grape, pineapple. So fruits are done for now. And then we got potatoes, carrot, cauliflower, parsnip, corn, radish, tomato, bok choy, broccoli, eggplant, pumpkin, and taro root. So all the veggies and all the fruits. But like I said before, feel free to let me know in the comments if you wanna add additional fruits and veggies in here. But that is done for now. The next thing that I wanted to work on was the almanac. But since I ended up getting this ocean working, I would love to touch that a little bit and see how that would look like. So let me talk over a little bit what I was thinking about. Excuse me. Let's go into the game, shall we? I don't know why every time I stream, my throat and my nose starts getting clogged up. That is crazy, man. So excuse me for all of that. Let's see. Oh, it's already active. Is it this? Where did I put this at? Oh, it's up here. Why does that one get? Oh no. Okay, so the idea here with procedural generation, ideally when I started this game, I wanted this game to be procedural generated where you can adventure everywhere and do all of that stuff, but that was at the time where I had more time to work on the game. And then I went through all of that stuff that I went through. If you see my blogs, where money was getting tight, and I started doing a side job, and that side job kind of like was taking most of the time from the game, away from the game. So I just decided to cut down a little bit on procedural generation from you be able to explore everywhere, and I was going to add some boundaries so you cannot go too far away, but it will still have that procedural generation where every time you reload you do a new game, things will be different, right? So it wouldn't be the same. So now where are we at now? I was thinking coming back to it, but the problem with procedural generation is that it can get boring, right? You have to make sure everything's lined up correctly and everything. Like if you think of No Man's Sky, or even Minecraft and all that where you can adventure. I mean, Minecraft has boundaries on it after I don't know how many millions of blocks away, but or billions, so I don't know how many blocks away, but until it reaches the boundaries, right? But with those type of games, No Man's Sky, it has a lot of things that you could do outside. It makes you want to explore, right? So if I wanted to do that in my game, I had to make sure there's a reason for you to explore out there, for you to find things. Maybe there's deserted villages out there and you're trying to figure out what happened, kind of stuff, like making stories, right? Same thing with Skyrim, right? Skyrim's open world, it's not really procedure generated, but it has a lot of stuff that you can adventure and figure things out, right? It has a little bit of story. So now, since the last week, I was able to get the oceans working. Since I reworked the procedural logic in this game, I was able to get the oceans working, because I had issues with it, with the ocean and the ponds. And the problem with how I was doing before is that I was mixing it together when I was doing deciding what tile the logic was currently on, and determining what it should be. It kind of got mixed up with pond and ocean a little bit, and I couldn't get it to work at the time. But what I did differently this time was to just for the land, just to focus on the ponds, the dirt, and the grass, and that's just going to be the logic for the land. And then I would do another noise map for oceans that can get overlaid on top of that land, and that's how I ended up getting it to work. So, but now that I have this, I think instead of having boundaries that I was thinking of doing, I can have the ocean to be the boundary, because you don't have no way to go out there at the moment. You don't have a boat, you don't have nothing to adventure into other islands that are going to be in here. But what I was thinking though is that as you're getting towards the end of this game, you'll be rewarded for either you get rewarded it or you build your own ship. and then you can start adventuring out there into other islands. But that's up to you. I'm pretty sure I don't know what I want to plan with the other islands. Feel free to let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. And then you can start adventuring to all these other islands. At least that's what I was thinking at the moment. And if there's nothing comes out of it, at least the ocean will be where it's going to be the boundaries, right? So I would love to get this in a good place and see how it goes. So let me show you what I have so far. If you're new here, you'll be something new. If you're here on Friday, you're already seeing how this looks already. So let me go. Let's regenerate the world, find a player, and now, you know what, let's fill the screen so there's more space here. Alright, so now you can see, hey, here's the land. The blue stuff, of course, is the ocean, right? And then you can go inside the land and it will be as normal, as it has been. Right? So I don't know how big this island's gonna be yet. And there's some things that maybe make sense, some things don't, but I'll have to come back and check. Like these, like there's ocean within the sand. It kind of doesn't really make sense, right? Maybe unless the ocean was like disappearing for whatever reason, you know? So I'm trying to figure out what kind of checks I can do to avoid doing this and just consider it sand or whatever. But that's a lot of checks. I'm gonna check this tile, check the other tiles, and check all the neighboring tiles and see if the surroundings doesn't hit. It doesn't hit any of the sand. But there's some stuff like that I'll need to deal with if I do go in this route. And like always, you still have these ponds, right? Yeah, this is actually a pretty big island, actually. A really big island in here. Another thing to think about is that when I start a new game, I have to choose a correct island. You know, that's one thing I have to think about. You don't want to be an island that's super small. So, just things like this I had to keep in mind. I mean, another thing I could do as well is to I can generate my own island, right? I can lay out all of this stuff around, and this is what my island's gonna be. And then the procedural generation happens when you venture out in the world. But that's the reason why I wanted to go into procedural generation, is because it lays out all this stuff for me without me doing it myself, because I'm not a level designer. You know, I don't design levels or how the layout of how things should look like. And that was the reason why I wanted to go to procedural generation. So it could do that for me. But anyways, that was my thought when it came to procedural generation, if I wanted to keep the oceans or not. But what I wanted to work on is basically work on these edges a little bit and get it to work in a better place. So let's get into that, shall we? Yeah. Alright. Let's open. I don't have it open as usual. As always, I'm not prepared. I am prepared. All right. Well, let's go where I'm determining where the ocean should be at. It's right here. So what I want to do right now is, before I start working on the edges and stuff, of course I'm doing this where it comes to the land and then it comes to the beach, and then I want to have that shallow beach in here where it's going to be all the waves at. You can still see a little bit of underwater, right? So let's get that in a good place. So we got sand here. Anything greater than 7.3 is sand. Anything greater than 0.75 is going to be the ocean. Let's try putting something in between that. Where it's going to be 7.4. Let's do 7.4. Coast, I guess you can say. And I'll just copy this one. So there's two things I would like to do here, where we have sand, right? But for the sand, I wanted it to be a water 1. Water 1 is at a lower layer index, so that when I place the water on water 2, you can still see it underwater, right? So I'll leave the sand there. I just need to get the atlas course for the water. You know,
take control of your.
I'll change the music. All right, there you go. Okay, so what was I doing? Oh, I need to get the water towel, right? And that is in here. And let's just choose the center one for right now. Let's do 1.8. Let's do 1.8 for the water. 1.8. So we'll do a coast. We'll build it. It may end up crashing, but it is what it is, you know. Let's build it. Alright, it's done building. Let's see if it's gonna crash. No, it did not crash this time. Sweet. Alright, let's see how that looks. Let's zoom out. There you go. So now you can see the underwater a little bit. I just have to get the edges correctly. But that can be like the coast where the water starts coming in. Yeah. Then if I were to put some stuff underwater, you can actually see it. Let's just put whatever in it right now. I know it doesn't make sense. Maybe I should put more of this thing here. Once I get in a good place, it will look like that. Oh, never mind. Or maybe it should be underwater. You know what? Yeah, I think that's what it should be. Whoopsies. I think it should be here underwater. The sand. My bad. It should be underwater. I don't remember what sand I'm using. I just choose this for right now. Let me just let's do this real quick. I'll fix it in a bit right now. There we go. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Yeah, so this is where we'll be here. And getting that in a good place right now. And if any, if I want to make it a little bit bigger, push it this way a little bit more. Let's try that. I want to change sand to be underwater instead. I thought it should be here, but it should not. It should be underwater. I'll put the sand there. This may need to be in 1, maybe? And then 2 will be... I don't know what that will be, but anyways, something I can think about when I get there. Let's push this out a little bit more. And let's make it so that it's 6. And let's push this out a little bit to 5. Let's build that. I should probably put that and expose it so I don't have to rebuild it every single time. Alright, and this is done building. And it crashed. So I thought it would. And let's open it up again. Do, 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 do. Alright, let's go back in here again. And let's check those out, shall we? Ooh, we got some stuff on here. Cool. Yeah, now it looks like there's more sand in it now. I don't know if I want to have more sand in it. Oh, there's only water here, huh? Yeah, look at all that water in here. Big body of water. Where the other islands at? That's a big body of water here. Oh, there they are. Okay. I think if I put this to like 7. Like 2 offset, right? 7.3 offset 2.02. 0.02 offset additional to that. Like so. Depends on how long I want the shallow water to be. Now let's do 7.8. Here and see how that looks like. Alrighty, that is built. Let's see if it crashes or it doesn't crash. Yes, let's go. Alright, so let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, did I make it more? Whoops, hold on. Wow. Or did it regenerate again, or did I make it bigger? Or did I regenerate it? Strange. Yeah, they did get bigger though, right? Look at that. Cool. I think we can try and see if we can get the edges working. I don't know if the same logic's gonna work, but we'll try. We will try right now. See how that looks. All right. So what we can do first. No, give me a second. See how this is gonna work. I may have to have its own array like I'm doing with the mountains. The mountain has it determines what tile it should be by doing this logic with its surrounding neighbors, and with it determines where it should be. The same thing with the land tiles. It does its own thing. I think I'm gonna have to do one for the ocean so it knows what it needs to be in that location as it transitions into sand and sand into whatever it's going to be transitioning into in the land, either the dirt or the grass. Yeah, let's try that and let's see how that looks. So that means that I'm gonna have to have ocean tiles in here. Ocean tiles. Excuse me. I'm wondering if I need to. I haven't tested the mountains yet, but as I'm transitioning to new chunks, I'm debating if I need to copy the old one or not. I'm not doing it. Something to think about. Okay. Alright. Let's scroll down a little bit. Calculate land data. There's a section where I'm doing water, and that's where I wanted to check and skip it. How do I know if I'm in water or not? Kind of ocean noise here. Am I even skipping? It should be, because I remember seeing it. Or maybe I'm just doing it. I don't have a section says, hey, it's water, skip now. Here I'm checking to see if any point or any tiles fall within the farm and village. Just set them all to grass. The edges as well. I was actually able, with this updated procedural logic, which I forgot to mention, if you've seen the previous devlogs, you'll notice that the edges on the right side of the village and on the farm, it didn't blend correctly. With this updated logic, I was able to blend them correctly, and this is what this is doing. It's just checking the surroundings and the edges of the farm and the village, and just convert them to grass, and that ended up making it work. Okay, so then we have the noise. We then have an ocean noise here. I can actually just do it in here, I guess, and say if it's greater than whatever did I say, 0.3, right? It's considered. I'm not gonna use that at all for this. So let's add it in here actually, which is gonna be ocean tiles. index, and I guess I can just say tile type. Do I have tile type ocean here? I do not. What can I set it to for right now? Hold on, give me a second. By me setting this, if I add anything to it, would it get messed up? I'm not iterating through all my tile enums. So if I do, okay, as long as I'm doing this, all terrain types or land types, I should say, I think this should be fine. Let's rename this, making it read correctly instead of terrain types. I mean, terrain also works, but I like to see all land types. Apply. Okay, that should work if I do it that way. Okay, cool. I should be able to. Why did it say noise type? It's funny. Alright, so I'd like to add another one here, but this is gonna be like ocean here. And here is not, I'm gonna say not part of land. These three can be part of the land. I know I had it on top, oceans and all of that, but I'm not doing that logic anymore. I'm wondering if I should actually keep the beach area. So we got ocean and then we got beach, right? You know what, let's add beach in here. Maybe it would be a lot better if I did. Let's delete this. Or I'll keep it. I'll just keep it. Alright, so what do I consider beach and what do I not consider? Where did that logic go when I was at here? So this is ocean. This is going to be the beach. Actually, both of these are going to be beach. So one is actually closer to like. Hold on. I'll consider beach to be like the sandy area. Oh, it's gonna be like the sand area, right? Let's do, or what I can do. Hold on. Let's see, what can I name this correctly? What's it? I don't know the difference between a beach or a coastline. Is there a difference? I wanted to say one of that is gonna be the sand, and one is gonna be like the where the waves are happening, right? I can't think of the name right now. Let me see. Let's take a look real quick. So it says a beach is a specific sandy or pebbly landform at the edge of a body of water, while a coast is the entire broader area of land that meets the ocean or sea. Okay, so we can have the beach where it's the sandy area, so this mentions, and then we can have a coast, which is gonna be like the well, a lot of people call it shore as well, right? Hold on. I mean, it doesn't have to be super specific as long as I know what's the difference, right? Maybe like where the waves and where people can surf and all of that area, and then deeper ocean here. deeper. Water. I guess this is how I'm defining it right now. Deeper ocean. Alright. So let's copy this and let's move it down here. I would definitely need to just give you guys a heads up. I definitely need to define this a little bit better because I don't want to update it in two different areas. But for now, let's make it work first and then we'll go from there. Alright, so here's where I want to determine. It doesn't have to continue. It's fine if it keeps going. I wouldn't mind having the data there. Alright, so we got the sand, which ends up being the beach area. Alright, so it ends up being the beach area. Then we have coast. And then we have ocean. And I can use this to determine what it's going to be transitioning into. At least, I hope so. And they need to be casted to int. Alright. Okay. Well, now that I have that, go back up here again. Well, I'd love to do this logic. I probably should have a function for this too. I don't have to reiterate all of that stuff again. But instead of continuing, I just want to know what my mass is gonna be here. I'll make it ocean mass. Ocean mass. And it should be ocean tiles here. Okay. And then change this to be ocean top left, ocean top right, ocean bottom left, and ocean bottom right. So we add up all these points in here. I'm wondering if I should hold on. Will this logic work? Because I just copied a mountain. And mountains are just zeros and ones. Well, what I set it to was 3, 4, 5. I may have to do the same thing that I'm doing with the land tiles. Do, 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 do. And does all the land tiles and finds the best type it should be on. I may just have to just duplicate some functions here. A priority real quick. Let's see. So we only prioritize this. I'm surprised does this work. We're resizing this. Oh, it has 3. Oops. The size is 3. Oops. The size is 3, but in here, that means that CNT is the count of 3 elements in there. So this is gonna be 3 elements. I'm iterating to 3, but priority has 9 in it. I wonder if I even need this other ones. I did some cleaning earlier and I guess I might have missed this. Okay. I may need to do other stuff. Let's do ocean. Do ocean types here. We'll do, I guess it doesn't matter the order. We'll just do ocean. We'll start with deep ocean, coast, and then sandy area. Oops. Coast, and then beach. We got ocean types. Let's do ocean priority here. And actually, this is not even 4, 5, 6 anymore. If I recall, it's 0, 1, and 2, right? And this is I don't know. I haven't tested this. Weird that it still works. So some things may end up changing there. Okay. So we got 3, 4, 5 for beach. 3, 4, 5. It just ends up being beach, coast, and all the rest. So let's try it out, and then I can figure out how to clean this up after. Right, we got ocean here. We got ocean priority here. And then we can choose the owner for the ocean on top. I gotta figure out what I need. Let's see, ocean owner, I'm gonna need the top left, which I do have. Ocean TL. And not a boolean, actually, I need to change that. Ocean PR, ocean TL, bottom left, ocean bottom right. Well, let's change this to be ints. This is what this is. And I need to cast all of these. Or I can just cast it in here. Don't have to worry about it later. So do that. Move over. Do all those there. Why does the cry organize? Oh, tile layers. Oops, I did not mean to do tile layers. It should have been tile type. My bad. My bad. Change this to here. Tile type. Whoopsies. It doesn't have to be const. We got a tile owner, we can be the ocean owner here. And by ocean owner, I mean the current tile that it's on. And this is just checking the neighbors and see which one it should be selected. So here, we should do this. If it equals this, we do that. If it equals that. There we go. I do not need this at all. And with this, I can... This will tell me the actual tile index I should choose on my list, right? Return Sam, mass 4. Mass 4 is M. And this is the actual coordinates of the atlas. So let's name that correctly. It's a mass, but it's ocean atlas index. So then I need to create that atlas. Let's see. Which one do I want to work on first? We got oceans 1 through 3, which I'm not using anymore. We got beach, and we got so we got ocean owner, and then this tells me what index of that atlas it should be. So I should be able to retrieve it correctly with this, because it's the key is tile type for this unordered map. So determining on that. Alright, let's do that. Let's do beach then. Let's undo this one. There we go. I don't know why it's underscore here. Wait, hold on. What happened here? Something happened. There we go. Weird. Alright, so with that, I can give myself what tile atlas I should be given. So instead of instead of doing all of this stuff here, I actually don't even need it anymore. Because I got my tile owner now. That will determine what I should be in here. Actually, you know what? Let's just render whatever it should be. Let's just do everything in... Sure, water 2. We'll do it in water 2. And I would like to get the atlas chords here. Godot. Hold on. What was it? What was the key here? Just an array of vector eyes, right? This is what I'm looking for. Ocean tiles. Ocean atlas. Which is going to be the terrain tiles. We're going to get it at the ocean owner. So either that sand, beach, or coast. Give me the coordinates for it, and I would like to get the actual index vector 2i atlas coordinates for the ocean, Ocean Atlas, Ocean Atlas Index, and use that at the end. Hopper, welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. How are you doing? What am I working on today? I'm continuing working what I left off last time. So right now, what I want to do is to blend the edges. So transition from sand into the beach area or to the coast or the water. So blend the corner edge tiles in here and the edges tiles on top of here. So that's what I'm working on today. But let's do something real quick. Just for... Let's bring this back again real quick. Hold on, because I know I can't trust my own stuff. That put an underscore again. Let's only do this stuff here, or sand, or the beach, the sandy area here. Let's uncomment this. I don't want to lose everything, but we'll just do it for that, for the sand only for right now. I'm pretty certain that this should be sand. So if you go back to the sand area, which is ends up being the beach, let's set everything to we'll just go back to my Atlas chords here real quick. What do I set it to, just so I can see that it's working? 1.8. We'll do 1.8. Well, this is already doing 1.8, and it has the sand. It has this. It has this. And just for testing purposes, I'll get these all to be 1.8. This is what determines what the edges should be. So if everything comes true in here, like it goes through all the if statements, it will be 15. It will be this tile where all sides should be sand in the sand case. So I'll just set it all to sand, and let's hope it doesn't crash as I'm iterating through it. It may crash here, and that's okay. Those happens all the time. That's that thought. I thought it was gonna crash. But that's not the crash that I'm looking for. Once I move my character and starts creating the new chunks is where I'm looking for. If it crashes or it does not crash. And if it doesn't crash, then I need to check to see if the logic is correct. Yep, it did crash. Let's find out why. Let's find out why it crashed. It crashed here for ocean. Oh, you know what? I didn't create the... I know why. I know why. I told myself to remember. I forgot to do it. I forgot to resize those ocean tiles here. Resize them to everything. So why would it crash? Because I don't trust myself, Hopper. I don't trust myself sometimes. All right, so it's done. And let's build that again. I mean, let's open it up. All right, so let's see if it does it again. Let's clear it, create that. All right, didn't crash. Let's find my player, and let's go to the sandy area. Let's see if we can find one. Cool. All right. So, I mean, technically, it kind of is working, right? It shows all these tiles for this, so that means it's selecting it correctly. The tile is not correct, but why is it this tile? Why did it show that tile? I thought it shows 1/8. Let's go into this logic. Just choosing this one. Did I think I chose the incorrect one. 1/8. What is 1/8? And source one. I mean, assuming 1/8 should be this. Excuse me. Wait. Selecting one of these for a reason. Well, my thought, I was gonna choose this one here, 1/8. So why did it show this top one, which is 0, 0? Why did it show 1, 0, 0? Unless it's not selecting the correct tile here. The ocean owners is a different tile. It's not a beach area. But what would it be selecting to be? I'm gonna have to check and go I'm gonna put a log in there. What is the ocean owner here? When it came in here, let's go with error log. Ocean owner. Godot variant. And let's put ocean owner in it. And convert this back to an int. I'd like to see what is this ocean owner. Because it doesn't really make sense. Why let's coordinate that coordinate there. I should probably do just print out the ocean index. Ooh. I got something. That it doesn't tell me what it is. But I appreciate for anybody that followed. Yeah, there's no way to find out what it was here. Okay. I was gonna print out the atlas coordinates as well. Let's print out coordinates. Coordinates. I think it just needs another one. Wait, hold on, let me see what this closes off. Well, this closes off this closes off this, and this closes off the other ones. Interesting. So I've done it before. Oh, because it doesn't know what atlas coordinates is. Oh, yeah. Let's move you down a little bit. Let's put you down here. And let's build it. You loving the piano music? Nice. Nice. Another thing, I actually, since she just hopped in, Hopper, I ended up working on all the assets for the crops. Basically all the assets. So I got the watermelon crops, strawberry, the melon, the blueberries. I got the grapes, pineapple, potatoes, the carrots, cauliflower, parsnip, corn, radish, tomatoes, and a bok choy over here, broccoli, eggplants, pumpkin, taro roots, and sunflower. I was working on all of this assets over the weekend because something I needed to do. So all of those stuff was there. The fish you already saw already. I think the only one I didn't show you on the last stream was the bluegill. So I got this bluegill over here. I didn't show you the golden carp. I mean carp, the golden trout, golden trout. And the rainbow trout. I don't know if I showed you that one, but. And American shad, which is actually a very simple fish, but I just don't really like the gray part. Maybe I can make it lighter or something. Or maybe different shades of that silver or something. Did the perch, striped bass. That's basically things, all the fishes that I haven't shown you. But I had to get those done over the weekend, so. And then this is the pouches where the seeds are gonna be in. So this is like all the little small icons, or I'm gonna use this icons and it's gonna be overlaid on top of the pouches. So that's new since the last time, since on Friday, I believe, for a nice stream. Yeah, it was a productive weekend. Yes. All right, so that build already. Let's see. There we go. Nice. All right, let's clear the output here. And let's move the player. Let's move the player out and let's. That's okay. There we go. We got something going on here. I see. The ocean is 0. Interesting. It's not selecting the correct one then. Right, it's not selecting the right one owner. The owner is saying 0. What's 0 right now? I think it's dirt. On its pond. And it's likely pond at 0, right? But for whatever reason, it shouldn't be pond. But let's look at it real quick. It's using pawn at 0, 0. Yeah, I can see why it's selecting the top one. Okay. But why is that sand though? We're seeing all ocean tiles here. We created ocean owner. Let's go inside that and double check that that is selecting the correct ones. We all ocean types, ocean priority. And I got 3, 4, 5. I think the problem here is that selecting this, and what it should do is that it should be, instead of I, well, actually, you know what, this is the wrong one. Hold on, this one here. I believe this would be ocean tiles of I, because this, the I is the index. But if it is the index, that means that it's always choosing the ocean. Let's find out. Yeah. Let's build it again. All right, so that's done. Yep, that's the thoughts. You know what I gotta add? Because I'm still thinking of the notification I got earlier. I think I should have my bot displaying what happened. I think that's something I need to do. By the way, do you have a parakeet? I do not have a parakeet. That'd be pretty nice. I don't have a cat though. That is not animated at the moment. But I'm not parakeet right now. Alright, let's rebuild this. So we got the little tile on the bottom there. Find a player and let's go in this direction. Nope, that did not work as I thought it would. Let's debug that because it crashed on me. I guess it wasn't the right way. I'm me doing that right there. Populates drain tiles. What is I wish you'd tell me what it were. Oh, I thought you were talking in game. No, in the background is they're lovebirds. There are little cute lovebirds that I have. It's weird. I mean, I don't hear it that loud, but it's crazy that the microphone's able to pick them up. And they're happy right now. Yeah, they're these little guys right here. Little cute little lovebirds. Hey, look at this guy, a little bow tie on him. It's cute. Alright, so why did this crash? Populate. It goes to the unordered map. So this one. Oh, because it doesn't have the ocean. That's why he crashed on me. Got it. Because I only did the beat. So. But why is it doing that right now? So everything that's greater than that, I'm setting the ocean tile index to be ocean. Anything between that is that. So why didn't it choose the same index as the ocean tiles? Yeah, they're super cute. Why? Some logic here, but it's not correct. So this eye is always choosing here to be 0. Oh, that's gonna be bad here too, though. Actually, give me a second, guys. I'll be back. All right. Whew. I had to take an emergency bathroom break. Sorry about that. All right, I am back. All right, so we were looking to see why this is not working right now. I don't want that in there. Okay. So choosing the owners, we're thinking of this. We're passing this index here. The problem with that is that a problem though? Hold on, give me a second. Maybe I should. Oops. Maybe it should be this instead. I mean, still the same as the priority one though, but what I was thinking here is that I'm surprised this doesn't crash. Right, so we got 3 elements in this. Let's cut you down so there's more space. Alright, there's 3 elements here, so that means the size of this will be 3. But what I'm passing here is the top left, which either is going to be ocean, post, and all of that, and it's the index of those tile types 3, 4, 4, and 5. So I'm accessing outside its size. I think that's why I was leaving it really high. Okay, hold on, give me a second here. So if I'm going through all of this, I'm doing priority of I, which just doesn't really make sense. So I'm increasing, but I'm increasing an index outside of the count size. And I'm surprised it doesn't even crash. Or, I don't know. Not crash, but like break in this area here. Okay, so let's see what's my approach here. And because the I here is what it starts from 0 to 3, but I want it so that index points at 3, 4, or 5. But the index are here at 0. Yeah, but this 0 here right now is just... What would be the best bet here? We got oceans, we got this. This is pointing at the wrong thing, but if I were to convert those from 0, 1, 2, and 3, maybe it doesn't crash because it chooses ocean all the time. Font size. If it's 0. What I can do for the time being, I don't know if it'll work, just to make up the other 3 tiles. I can update this. Doesn't really make sense though. Alright, let's do this. Try it out. Tile type. We can do ×2 on it because each of these has 3, so I'm gonna do just an extra 2, which is 6 now. So this index will make sense now. And when it comes to here, if it's 0, we can skip if it's 0, 1, 2 here. If I is less than or equal to 2, it'll just skip those. So that I'm only taking count for ocean, beach, and coast there. Alright. Let's build that again. Did it crash? Yeah, it did crash. Alright, so I'm building it up again, and then let's start opening up Godot. Alrighty, let's test this out, shall we? Otherwise, I'm going to have to find a different logic on how to do the edges. Oh, looks like it crashed again. Did I miss something? Oh, I guess it's still doing the ocean then, right? That is still incorrect though. I'm not even gonna look into it. That's still incorrect though. Let me look at that logic real quick. So for whatever reason what it's doing right now, it's going to ocean here when it should be the beach. But for whatever reason, it's still choosing ocean when it's within this range here. Even though if I go down and go to where I set those values at, which is down here, I'm setting anything beyond this amount to be beach, but for whatever reason still selecting ocean. I normalize it, which is fine. Ocean tiles index. So why is it selecting ocean when it should be beach in that area? That is the problem I'm having right now. So I get the corners of all the ocean tiles. Selecting it to see which one it should be, but it's always choosing ocean here. So the logic here is wrong for this one here. And multiply by 2. I guess because I'm setting my priorities to be ocean. That might be it. I can set it to beach and see how that works. Or I go backwards, 5, 4, 3 instead. What I can also debug is what is these, and I can debug it a little bit better. So let's comment these guys out for now, and let's debug all of these other ones here. All right. We'll do a long one here. So TR BL and BR. Alright, so this is going to be top left. I can add another one here, which is just going to be BR. BL. And we can then get BR. Let's see what the index of these are. Alright, so let's build this. Alrighty, and forgot Godot is not open yet. Alrighty, there was a lot of output log, and I don't know if it's gonna generate the next. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I know why it's not generating it. Let's go back up here again. And let's find the player. There we go. Alright, so we see that's 4,000 logs. That's crazy. But honestly, they're all like 3, 4. Three, 4. All right. 3 and 4. What is that? Pretty sure it's just into being ocean and coast, but it's never choosing beach. 5. Why wouldn't it choose 5? There's a little bit in there. All right, let's go a little bit up. Let's clear this up. There we go. I mean, it's only 2,000 logs though, but yeah, I only see 3, 4. Some of those 3s looks like 5, so I gotta be careful. Oh, there we go. There are some 5s in here. Alright. We got 5. There's something like across the board. 5, 5, 5s. It doesn't have 5, 5, 4. Okay, so as long as it is choosing 5s, but they're. What I can do is I can try to go deeper inside and try to remove all of this ocean stuff from here. Let's go up. There we go. Now there's less ocean, but there's more like sandy area here. There's still ocean in here though. A lot of ocean. Clear that up. Move it up a little bit more. If I can. And there's one. There's one little tiny area here. Yeah, but it's still giving me a lot of logs, so that's crazy. I think I need to ignore the land ones. Okay. Well, at least it's selecting that. That's all I wanted to know, if it was selecting 5 at all. It's either that or just this logic is incorrect. I just copied whatever I was doing with the shoes owner. The shoes owner chooses the ones that are nearby surround neighbors, right? But depending on its neighbors, it will determine what the current tile will be. And I thought that was gonna work with the ocean. Maybe not. Or most likely I'm doing something wrong when I copied and I'm forgetting to update something. Because things looks okay for me, but I guess it's not okay. So if it is using 5, iterating through all of these, ocean, let's look at this, a size of 3, I'm doing times 2 because the index that I'm passing on is 3, 4, 5. That means the count is a size of 6. I'm ignoring the first 3 because both of those numbers is going to be 0 anyway. I'm going to iterate through all of them. So I grab the first count, see how much count I have in that area. In the first index, I grab the priority at that index. And do this if statement here. And the first time it comes in, it should come in, just because these are a small value. C will always be greater than this count. If at any time the C, the count equals the best count, and a priority is less than the best priority, it will update it. And best will be determined at what index I came in. So yeah, actually that would be wrong too, because I upgraded this to 6, right? But let's say the index is at 5. This thing here only has 3 elements. Yeah, I think I'll have to just come back and just rewrite this ocean water. I thought just copying the other one would work right off the bat, but I guess it does not. So I'm gonna have to update and do a different logic for the ocean instead. I'm surprised it doesn't crash though, because I'm grabbing an index outside the bounds of this vector. Unless it's never choosing an index outside the bounds, and I've been lucky enough that that index that it comes in here has been within the bounds. Yeah, so there's some funky stuff happening here. I'll have to just rewrite that logic. I think I'm gonna call it. There's only 2 more minutes to the live stream right now because I gotta get started on the day today. But I guess it's not the plan for this though. I mentioned what was the plan at the beginning of the stream. So the plan for, just to make sure I don't stay too long doing this, I guess I'm gonna spend this week and see if I can get the edges working. And if I can't, then I just go back to wherever I had before. But I would love to get it working though. I'd love to get the ocean working and all of that. That would be pretty nice. But yeah, I'll continue working on this off screen and tomorrow as well. And we can join in on the next stream. Hopefully I'm a little bit further away into the logic and hopefully it's working by then. But yeah, but anyways guys, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I showed you guys some updates over the weekend that I did with all the crops, all the fishes that I worked on. So that should be ready to plug in into the game. But I will do that on a different stream. So my priority is see if I can get this ocean thing to work. But cool. Cool guys, have a great day. Thank you guys for being here, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day guys. Thank you Hopper, thank you for joining. See you later.